Sherry?
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Sherry, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Great. Can you see my screen okay?
I can see your screen. I'm getting a lot of feedback, though.
Now are you getting the feedback?
Let me see. Nope, gone. No, there it is again. It's like an echo of myself.
So are you on the telephone and the computer?
I'm on the computer only visually.
Yeah, but are you on the telephone?
I am.
Okay,
But
so you've got some feedback coming through your microphone. It's got to be feedback on your end. You're hearing you're not hearing me, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's got to be, your microphone has got to be on your computer feeding you, doing a loop. Looks like we've got a Rotarian from 5630. Is that you, Diane? We've got Mr. Delavan on the line.
Good evening, all. How's everybody?
Caught up in the ecstasy of human existence.
So, Kelly, I just double-checked. My microphone is not turned on. And I still hear myself twice.
Well, I can't hear you twice. I can only hear you once. Can you hear her twice, Bob?
I only hear her once.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's a phone connection. Let me hang up and dial in again.
Okay, try that.
All right, thanks.
Bob, can you see my screen okay?
Yes, I can, Kelly.
Okay, great.
Hey, Kelly, while I'm thinking about it, I know you told me you had it in a file. Would you please send me my Jumpstart logo?
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna redo the Jumpstart logo so it comports to our eyes.
Okay.
What you're seeing comports with our eye right
Yeah,
now. The
I
Jumpstart,
understand.
you
Good
know.
evening. Good evening, Diane. How are you?
I don't think Diane can hear us yet.
I don't think so. But we can see you.
And this is Dick. I'm here.
Hi, Mr. Dick.
Hi, Dick.
Hello.
Hey, Dick. I'm going to be mailing you down some name tags because they've got like 5 or 6 that people that took them that. That
okay.
said, let me get them to you. And then I picked up 3 or 4 that were left behind, that were just left on the table, and so.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
I would like to point out. I would like to point out that all the Zone 27 Assistant Rotary Coordinators are on the call.
Yes.
On tap.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
But we knew that.
Kelly, when you resend the Jumpstart logo,
yes, sir.
There is a typo on mine, and it should be 5400, 5400, and not 5440.
Yeah, I'm going to resend it for all 3 of you. It'll look like this. The Jumpstart up here, because when I was talking to Mike had major problems with integrating JumpStart and then the rotary and then the membership underneath it. And so, although I ran that by Julie and no problem. So
It looks good.
thanks.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll anyway, it is what it is, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're just waiting for others to join us. So
I'm gonna test my audio. Nope, I'm still getting the feedback.
Yeah, we only hear you once, Sherry.
Yep, we're only hearing you once on this end.
That's good because you don't want to hear me 2 times.
So who just joined us?
Bob Dill.
Mr.
One of the awesome Zone 21B and part of 27 ARCs. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you, Sherry.
And they're giving me a hard time because they're all there and we're just starting to come in. So.
Good evening, Bob Dill. How are you?
I'm great.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, are you doing Bob or Bob D?
He already said Bob D, so it's Bob now.
All right.
So Sherry, were you able to send out a monkey, a chimp monkey or monkey chimp or whatever it is called?
MailChimp, but
MailChimp.
I did not. Yeah, I did not duplicate what Julie had already done. So
Okay.
I did not send it out to the folks that were on Julie's list.
So do you have a list of what Julie sent out and a list of what you sent out?
I have multiple lists of what I sent out, and Julie disclosed to us her list, I think. Hold on. Trying to pull it up here.
Because one of the things I'm working on, I might have discovered today a way that Zoom will send that out for us.
That would be awesome, I think.
I do too. Okay, it looks like Mr. Mickelson just joined us. Hi, Brett. Great to have you with us.
Hi, Brett.
Kelly, when you are doing your Zoom controls, we are seeing it on our screen. So your Zoom controls are covering the PowerPoint.
I'm wondering, I've got to go in there and see if I can screen video. No, I might have to go back out and resend those. You might have to live with that tonight. Because for some reason when they upgraded the Zoom, this was off. So do you see my controls down at the bottom? Do the rest of you see my controls down at the bottom?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering because I made Sherry co-host. Is it better to have it at the top or the bottom?
Probably at the top.
Okay. Okay, I'll put them up at the top. I'm sure I can wipe that out, but that means with only a minute left, I don't have the time to go out, do it, and fix it.
It's okay at the top, Kelly.
Great.
So Kelly, is there a particular tool that they've provided?
Yeah, there's a when you go to your main menu, it allows you to click that off. But when my Zoom program upgraded, I had to re-add this conference call down on it. So I probably have to go in and reset the settings on it. I didn't think
Oh,
about that. So
yeah,
that's,
actually, I was asking about the Zoom's ability to send the notice out.
oh, I think I found where I might be able to do that today. So we'll see. That's why I was asking Sherry if I have it. I've got a 7 o'clock straight up. We don't penalize those people that are on time for those people that aren't. And we appreciate you being here. I'm sure that more are going to join us as we start, but we want to welcome you to our new year of Jumpstart membership, Rotary membership. And this is our first official webinar call on July 25th, 2017. Sherry, do you have anything you would like to say?
I also would like to welcome everyone and looking forward to a great year of Jumpstart membership webinars. So thanks for joining us this evening.
Okay, we'll go to the second slide here. I think we'll go to the second slide. There we are. Sherry.
So we have some preliminary numbers now from RI as of July the 12th. And it's still tentative. The final numbers will be ready no later than August 15th. But right now it's looking like our starting number is going to be right around 45,793. Unfortunately, that does represent a loss of over 1,100 members from last year in the 22 zones, 22 districts in our paired zones. Kelly, I think you're taking it from there.
Okay, as you can see from this chart, we've got 12 years of history, and we've had a steady decline in membership, except for July of 2015, when we had this increase of about 400 members from 47,106 to 47,340, and then we immediately start to drop down again. Again, as Sherry's indicated, these are preliminary numbers. Not we ought to have from RI before too much longer some fixed numbers there. The important thing to note is this chart that we're showing you are numbers of the paired zones. In actuality, Zone 27 has never had a successful year of growing membership in the last 12 years. They've had a steady decline in membership. The growth that took place this year, 2015, occurred in Zone 21B. So we have our work cut out for us, but we think we're equal to the task. Sherry?
And Kelly, before you leave those numbers, I think there's another piece of good news in the sorrow of the huge amount that we lost, and that is that the 3 districts did grow, and one of those 3 is now in their 4th year of growth. So the hope that's represented by that is that it is possible. And so Kelly, if you'd go to the next slide, we just want to reassure you that we're here for you. We have a great new program. Some of you saw it rolled out this past weekend in Denver at the District Leadership Institute there. Those of you who weren't there will see it rolled out in August and at the Multi-District Training Institute in Austin. The new program is called the SAM and a Plan. SAM standing for Specific, Achievable, Measurable Goals. And so, as Kelly and I say, please do not fear. We've got your back. And Kelly, I think that's a good segue into the next section.
Right. So now what we're going to show is a little video that talks about working as a team to accomplish great things.
There are days when Ben Coleman leaves the family home on Knoxwood Court just as the sun is rising. Autumn days when he takes to the paths of Anderson, South Carolina, along freshly painted picket fences and down shady old lanes. Ben Coleman runs.
I'm very relaxed. Nothing bothers me. I'm just off in my own little world where everything's perfect.
He loves to run. A kid who we didn't think would ever walk, he just loves to run.
18-year-old Ben has cerebral palsy. He has limited control of his arms, and the stiffness in his legs makes it tough for him just to pick his feet up. He's had to sleep with a leg brace. He's had to undergo physical therapy. Still, Ben runs. And not just for the joy of it. Ben Coleman runs to compete. For the last 5 years, he's been on the cross-country team at T.L. Hanna High School.
Even if someone says, no, I can't, I like to be able to go, yes, I can. It used to really bother me to have people saying, oh, funny looking, funny walking kid. Now, they can say all they want. I'm still gonna do what I do.
From his earliest days, what Ben Coleman wanted most was to be on a team. But Ben and his parents could not find a team that would let him play.
They were happy to have him there if he was sitting on the bench, or they were happy to have him there if he was satisfied being the water boy. He wasn't satisfied, and neither were we.
Then at the end of 7th grade, Ben learned that 8th graders were eligible for the high school cross-country team, and his mother phoned the coach.
I felt like I needed to call and let him know that there was something a little different that he might have to contend with, that he might be a little slower. He has cerebral palsy.
I said, no problem, bring him on. And she told me that he had a condition, and I told her, I said, don't worry, we'll take care of him.
I was just really considered part of the team. Nobody looked at me weird or said, what's he doing here? They all were just like, Coach, come on, let's go.
Most runners take about 20 minutes to complete a 3.1-mile course. Ben needs more than twice that long, 45 minutes that rack his uncooperative body and test his spirit as he falls far behind everyone else.
Ben's one of the most competitive kids I've ever seen. You've got to be competitive to almost never beat anybody, to constantly try to beat your time. And that's what Ben wants to do. He wants to beat his time.
It's sometimes hard to keep going when I'm all by myself. I get nervous sometimes out on courses that what's going to happen if I fall and can't get up again, or if something happens, what am I going to do? Because I do sometimes get lonely.
But as Ben would continue to run, he found that he was not alone, that some competitors who had already competed and others who care about him were coming back to run with him.
I feel very, very blessed to know that everybody's so willing to come back, because I know they're all tired because they've already run their race. I just feel happy knowing that they're willing to be there and they're watching out for me.
They would cheer him on and they would help him up the times when he would fall.
My head. My head.
Every time he falls, my heart stops until I see that he gets back up and he keeps on going.
I worry a little bit that he's going to get hurt. I know that it's going to affect his race time for the day because it discourages him more than it hurts him.
Is it hard for you to see him fall now, though?
Yes, but I never let anybody know it. It's tough. Just seeing a kid that's that motivated, that wants it so bad, it gets you pretty emotional. I'd have to admit, and I've never admitted to anybody, I've shed a tear.
Amid the gathering dusk towards the end of this course, Ben falls again. He gets to his feet, and then his three siblings, Megan, Alex, and Chris, accompany him as he pushes himself to the finish.
A wave of exhaustion it hits like a brick wall right at the end, along with the pain. Everything that should have hurt 2.5 miles ago from the falls, that's when it kicks in.
All that can cloud this moment is the knowledge that, as a senior, Ben has just one cross-country race left.
What are you going to miss most about it?
Being part of the team, having all my friends there.
In his final competition, the regional championship, which his school hasn't won since 1993, Ben must once again contend with uneven terrain that can make him trip or slip.
Come on, Ben! Go, Ben! Go, Ben! Come on, Ben, you're looking at 41!
As Ben crosses the finish line comes the realization that for the first time all year, he has broken 41 minutes.
He broke it.
41.
He broke it.
It's pretty official, Ben. Go congratulate your team.
And after he gets cleaned up, Ben Coman stands at the end of his high school career, before his family and rivals and among his teammates, just as he always dreamed he would. Not as the special one, not as the different one, but as a winning one, a member of the Hannah Yellow Jackets, champions of their region. Through a childhood challenged by others' constraints, through 5 years of cross-country practice and competition, Ben Coman has been running all his life, not from something, but towards something. And in some ways, he has finally gotten there.
What did running give you that you wouldn't have gotten any other way?
Gave me a place to belong. A place I could say that I'm supposed to be.
So what I love about that video is the determination of this young man, and I think we all know that in life, if you've lived any little bit of life at all, you occasionally have setbacks and even fall down. And the shame is not in falling down. The shame is not getting back up. And so we thought that video was appropriate at the beginning of our Jumpstart year, where we've had a little setback in membership, to say yeah, we've fallen down a little bit, but it's not the falling down that matters. It's the getting back up, dusting ourselves off, and rededicating ourselves to doing the kind of things that we need to do in order to be successful. And so what Sherry and I and our ARC's assistant Rotary coordinators have done is really worked tirelessly to put together a program this year, which we're calling JumpStart, which we think will jumpstart our membership this year. And we feel very positive that we're going to have a very fruitful and productive year this year. Sherry, what would you like to add? Obviously, she wouldn't like to add anything.
Obviously, I was having difficulty unmuting. I apologize for that. I know I want to reiterate what Kelly said, and by that add to it that just as Ben in the video had siblings and a team that supported him, circled back and backed him up and cheered him on. That's how we envision ourselves. We're here to cheer with you when there is a success. We're here to assist you in analyzing the challenges that are coming, and we're here to do our very, very best. And our whole team is committed to teamwork, accountability, and being there for you no matter what is happening in your district or your club. So we really appreciate that you're starting this Rotary year out with us. And with that, Kelly, I will mute myself and be prepared to unmute more quickly next time.
Okay, I think now we're to the point in the program where we're going to hear about the new and improved Rotary Central. All of you know, or should have known at this point, that Rotary's been doing some major revisions of the website. One of the things that they've wanted to do is make some changes in Rotary Central. Rotary Central allows individual clubs to put in various goals. What we know from putting in goals, that clubs that put in goals are twice as into Rotary Central, are twice as successful as those clubs that don't put in goals. And so Nora Beamish and Joel Roth from RI staff put together a video conference for us tonight that you could get an introduction to the Rotary Central. I previewed this for tonight's call, and I found it pretty interesting and informative. So we're going to turn to that point right now.
Evening, Zones 27 and 21B. It's a pleasure to be here with you, or at least to virtually be here presenting you with the new Rotary Club Central. I'm here with my colleague, Joe Roth, who will be doing a demonstration for you about some of the new features of the refreshed Rotary Club Central. We'll be taking a look at the new tool from the perspective of a district leader and going over some of the ways that this tool has been refreshed to fit the feedback that we've received from you, our Rotarian users.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Again, my name is Joe Roth. I am the product owner and member in club management, where I oversee a number of products, including Rotary Club Central. So when you log into the new Rotary Club Central, one important thing you'll notice that's different is the dashboard that you land on. What we've done is we've created a landing page with some high-level information specific to the club you're in. No matter your role, you will always land on your club's information. The trends you see in front of you are, again, specific to your club and our high-level overview on some important metrics. Another difference you'll notice is the data is no longer real-time. You'll see at the top of every transactional page and below every data point we present, a note that data is at least 24 hours old. You'll also be presented with an as of date. We have done this very intentionally for the sake of system performance. Now, any member can come in and see information for their club. They can also see for their own club group as a club leader. District leaders, of course, you can see every club in the district and every club group in the district. You can also see information by district and zone and globally. In the new system, all goals are located in the Goal Center. Now you'll notice here along the top, there's ability to select multiple clubs. Of course, if you are a club leader, you're automatically going to land on your club and have your club's information. You have a drop down and a search box to get to your club. Very centrally located is the year selector. You'll always land on the current year, but past year officers can go back to last year and update achievements, and incoming officers can go ahead and set their goals for next year. You'll notice we have a few more categories of goals, but the same goal content as the previous tool, with the exception of the special one-time Rotary citation goals. Additionally, we've added an All tab where you can go in and see all of the goals in the tool in one place. When you're in an edit mode, and when you come in for the first time, you will be in an edit state, you'll select the goal and enter the value. If you don't know about the particular goal or want some more information, you can expand to get a brief definition of the goal and a 5-year history of the goal and achievement. When you're done and hit save, you'll only see the goals selected. One significant change we've made is that in service projects. In the previous tool, you had a goal for a number of service projects you'd like to complete, and below that, a separate form where you would provide a variety of details on those projects. They're very different functions, and we're treating them that way. So we've added the Service Activities tab on the left-hand side. Again, you'll have a year selector, the ability to add projects, including integration with Rotary Showcase. Once you've entered projects, you'll see a list of current projects and completed projects, and then some high-level information about those projects. One new exciting feature we've added is the ability to repeat past service projects, where you're presented with a list of projects you previously entered. You do have a search box here as well. You simply select goal and hit copy project. It will copy over your title, any summary you have, and of course you are free to edit this. The only required new field would be start date. This is also where you mark a project complete. You can add an end date if you like, but it is not required. Additionally, we present previous and actual projections from the last project. So you can see what you thought would go into the project and what actually did for planning purposes. Finally, you have categories that you can select and identify any partners you may have had in the project as well. When you hit save, you'll see it's in your current project list, and you simply click on that to make any updates. Additionally, we have a number of resources available to help focus on the goals and goal categories. The first category, of course, takes you to Rotary Learning Center, where you'll have a course in Rotary Club Central with a variety of how-to guides in case you need them. For those with the ability to access multiple clubs, the Global is particularly helpful. As a club leader or as any member, you can come in and see some aggregate information about the clubs in your area or the clubs in the Rotary world. In this particular instance, I can see for my district the number of clubs that have set a membership goal, what that goal value is, and what the total achievement so far is. If you're not quite sure how we do the math on this, simply click on the icon to get a definition. As a district leader, you'll also have access to this list called View Club Goals. This will give you a side-by-side comparison to help you understand what clubs in your area are doing, how you might be able to help. Finally, one thing we'd like to show you, after taking a little bit of time here to look at some technical things, is that all of this is now fully compatible with your smartphones or tablets. So all of the information can be updated right on the spot. Of course, I would note that the reports that are available on Rotary Club Central don't work very well on mobile devices, so I would recommend continuing running those from your desktop device. And that's a quick overview of the typical experience in the new Rotary Club Central. If you have any questions or if there's any way we can be of support, you can contact me directly at joe.roth@rotary.org or shoot any one of us an email at the support center or Club and District Support or your regional leader support team, and we'll be happy to help out. So thank you so much and best of luck.
So that's kind of an overview of the new Rotary Central. I'm going to unmute everybody and we can ask any questions you have now. So let me unmute all. Okay, and if you would mute yourself when you're not talking, it would avoid feedback. So what questions do we have? So they did that good a job.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
I apologize if you said this and I missed it. Are there instructional videos that we can point to for clubs? This?
Sherry, do you know the answer to that? I don't think so, but
I know that right now if you go into Rotary Club Central and click on that resources tab, the very first resource is the Online Learning Center, a class in the new Rotary Club Central. I have not gone through it yet because it's pretty new, but I know in the past they've used videos there. So that would be a good spot to check. And I've made a note of it so that Kelly and I can find out, and we'll let you all know what other resources there are available for helping clubs.
For learning it and getting up to speed as soon as possible.
Sure. Kelly, this is Diane.
Hi, Diane.
I just wanted to mention to everyone that there is a new practice lab tool that's available for users to go in without the concerns about changing data and operating within the platform for practice purposes.
Great. I'm still hearing just a little bit of feedback from one from one computer. So again, if you'll mute yourself until you want to speak, that would be very beneficial to everyone on the call. When you want to speak, just unmute yourself and go ahead and speak. Other questions? Make sure you unmute yourself if you're going to ask a question. Any other questions?
This is David. Just a comment. I've spent a couple of hours on it on the new system, and it's really pretty good. Being a typical guy, I don't read instructions. I just go punching around. But worked pretty well. I did get a couple of times that I would get into a page and that I couldn't get out without kind of closing myself out and then having to log back in. But that's probably my fault. But it certainly is good information. I like the system. It's certainly an improvement. Thank you.
Thanks for the feedback for somebody that's from somebody that's knowledgeable about it. Any other comments or questions you have? Okay, I'm going to have to, my computer's kind of froze up here, so I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go, okay. So let me make this full here, and then we'd like you to, at this point, we'd like you to take this little poll that we've got, and you should be able to click the link below by running your cursor across it like this. And if you're connected to the internet, it should take you right to a SurveyMonkey poll. If you would do that. Is anyone having any problems? As long as you know you're connected, can you hit that?
I'm not able to.
It's not working.
No, not
Not working for me either.
Okay, so will you? Can you highlight it? And drop it into your URL. Is that working?
It's gone.
Gone, right?
Okay, let me get it back up for you. There we go.
No, Kelly.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to post that, and if you would, just for tonight's call, from my side, for some reason, I can click it on. So if I click that, this is what I see, and you ought to be able to see it.
Hey, Kelly, can you post it to the chat maybe?
That's a great idea. That's a great suggestion. So I will post it to the chat. Hang on just a minute here, and we'll do that. If I can get my controls back up right. There they are right now, and chat for everybody. Okay, give me just a second here to find the chat area. It should be right there, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's coming up for me.
It might be in the more area, Kelly.
Yeah, I've got it right there. Participants upon entry, lock. So I'm not finding that.
Hey, Kelly, you'll have to exit that participants tab and click the more tab. Go to chat.
Okay. There it is. Yeah. Okay. More tab right there. And there is. There.
Click the breakout room.
Okay. There's everybody. Yep. Okay. There's everyone. So let me see if I can go back and find that. And put that in, and then you'll all have it.
Kelly, I think it's slide number 6.
There it is right there. I see it. Thanks, Sherry.
You're welcome.
Try right-clicking on it.
Yeah, I got it. I think, yeah. Let me see if I can just type it in here for everybody, okay? Because
You had it there.
Like it doesn't seem to want to pull up that way.
If you right-click and hit copy link, it might do it.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's see if it did. No, it doesn't seem to want to do that. Okay, one more time. Copy link. No, okay, I'm just going to type this in now for everyone, and then you ought to be able to get to it. The reason we're doing this is because we want to collect the districts that are on and also the clubs. And so that's what we're doing. That link ought to take you there. You all now should have it. Make sure that I typed it in correctly, but I think I did.
It works perfectly.
Okay, that's great.
At least
So I'm just going to leave that right there. And if you could go take that, we'd be grateful to you.
Kelly, did you send it?
It should be in your chat box. I didn't send it. It should be in your chat box.
It worked on mine, Kelly. This is Bob Dill.
Great. There's just 3 short questions there. How about the rest of you that are on computer? If you
don't look for me right now.
Worked
Kelly,
fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Worked just fine, Kelly.
Okay, that's great. That's good information to know for future calls. Oh.
So who was it? So who was it that had that great idea to put it in the chat box?
It's Monique.
Hey, Monique.
Monique, thank you so much. You're the hero. You taught us all something new tonight. And who was it that was helping Kelly?
Well, that's Chadwick Taylor.
That's great. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. That's a demonstration of how when we all work together, great things can happen. So thanks.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Okay, so now, Sherry.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about next month's webinar, which will be held on August 22nd, which is the 4th Tuesday of the month. As you all know, we've moved our webinars to 4th Tuesday of the month, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. And next month, we will be hearing from a member of a Rotary Club that has, I will not say utilized the Council on Legislation's flexible membership options. I will say they have embraced them and found wonderful ways that this is strengthening their club. And I think you will really enjoy hearing her walk through with you how they started, what framework they put around it, and where they are today. I will only share with you that they have more than doubled their membership since they implemented the new flexible options. And I think you'll really enjoy it. We're looking forward to having you all there. And as we have on the screen, don't just plan on joining us, but please invite your fellow Rotarian members of your club, members of your membership committee, anyone that you think of who would enjoy the opportunity to join with us as we together jumpstart membership in our paired zones. Kelly, back to you.
One of the things I think that we want to share with you regarding how we're going to handle the webinar this year is If you go to the Zone 21B 27 Rotary website and you'll click on Grow Membership, this webinar call will be on the site video. There'll be a video of the webinar call that instead of having to download it as you've downloaded it in the past, you'll simply click on a video and it will immediately start playing. So we've tried to make it a little simpler this year in order to access the call if you miss a call. So with that, I think I'm going to go here. We're going to conduct another poll if I can get to this poll, but this poll is going to be conducted online this time. So would you just, I'm going to launch the poll, and will you just fill the poll out for us? And be honest, because this is the way we determine what we're going to do in the future. Okay, I'm going to give a few more minutes, a little more time for you to complete the poll. We have about 8 people, and we have 18 people on the call. So, okay, when the timer hits 55 seconds, I'm closing the poll. So vote now. Okay.
Kelly, this is Bob Bill.
Yes.
I submitted, but I got some kind of an error message, so I'm not sure whether you got mine or not.
Okay, we have very valuable 67% and somewhat valuable 33% because you're Rotarians. Nobody said the call was useless or somewhat useless. So we appreciate that. And with that, we're going to turn over to Sherry to wrap her up.
Well, once again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing those of you who will be in Austin. I might just step aside for a moment and let Bob Dill say anything he would like to say about the Austin Multi-District Training Institute. Bob?
Well, thanks, Sherry. It's coming up. Encourage all everybody on the call to, if you haven't registered, to do so, or find those in your district who would benefit from it, and pardon me, and get them signed up as well. Right now, we're I think just shy of 100 participants with 2.5 weeks to go. So looks like we're going to make a pretty good mark on participation this year. We've got some great speakers coming in. Rotary International Vice President Dean Roars is the keynoter on Saturday, and I think you'll miss a great speech if you're not there to hear it.
Thank you, Bob. We're really looking forward to it. So thank you very much. And I also would
just tell you,
sorry?
I'm all the way down my list to the buy flowers part of it. So we're doing pretty well.
And Bob will be ever so relieved after the event is over. He's chairing it this year. So, Bob, thanks for all you and your team are doing. We really appreciate it. I also like to remind everyone about the upcoming opportunity to be together in Houston at the Rotary Institute in September. We have a wonderful program planned for membership on the Thursday of that institute, and we look forward to all of you being there. Kelly and I and our teams will be sharing more information with you about that, but you can go online to the RI Zones 21-27.org website and see the program and information there and register there. So we look forward to our time together as we jumpstart membership in zones 27 and 21B. And Kelly, I'll turn it back to you for final words and a good night.
Thanks, Sherry. As you notice, at 7:45, we will keep these phone calls to an hour or less, these conference calls, and we really encourage you to sign on via your computer if possible, because as we did tonight, we'll be using videos and training material that is visual in nature. Of course, if that's not possible, we always encourage you to join by phone. So with that, we'll thank you for joining us tonight and wish you a good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Hey, Bob Dill, who was the uninvited guest there?
That was my cat, Hagar, who decided that we were not paying sufficient attention to him. In fact, he's still right here. So.
You notice